That's the truth of this case, of the killing game itself. Well, Tsumugi?
Well, what?
Yes! What a scorching hot twist! My hand holding the detonator is tensing up! Don't get tense! Calm down!
Daddy! Please stop this! Go back to how you used to be, when you loved us so much!
How I used to be was more suited to a different story than this one.
Huh?
Basically, your story doesn't matter. I gotta watch this exciting development!
Well, Tsumugi, are there any flaws in Shuichi's logic? If so, then please tell us.
Flaws? There's a bunch of flaws all over it.
Then explain.
You can do it! You can do it, Tsumugi! Even if you cheer me on. It's not like that. I didn't do it. It's plain to see.
Fight back, Tsumugi! Come on! You can do it! You can do it!
Daddy, you're tensing up again.
I still want to live, so please don't push the button!
Tsumugi, please just say something. If you don't defend yourself...
It's Junko Enoshima!
What?
'Cause it's always been her. In the Hope's Peak killing game, and in the Jabberwock Island killing game. Junko Enoshima didn't participate. She controlled the game from outside. Even if it's boring or repetitive, she's always the mastermind, isn't she? Then it's like that this time, too. It's gotta be Junko again.
Junko Enoshima is dead. She's not part of this killing game.
You're wrong. She hasn't been eliminated. It's all Junko's doing. This killing game is her doing, too. Yeah, that's gotta be it. 'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is...
'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is...
Daddy, please don't get so excited. You pressed the button by accident.
Look at our cute faces! Can you really bear to be without us?
Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is what? Okay, time for a commercial break.
Was?
No, it isn't.
See? We're a good comedy group too, so please don't...
'Cause Junko Enoshima is... Junko Enoshima is...
Right the fuck here!
Sorry to keep you waiting. Even if nobody was waiting. Even if it makes you go, what? Again? The Diva of Despair takes the stage once more. Junko Enoshima, the 53rd.
Wait, what?
There you have it! Once again, the mastermind is Junko Enoshima!
Das ist doch nur Tsumugi, die gerade ein Cosplay abzieht, oder?
Junko Enoshima, the 53rd?
Tsumugi, what's the matter? Aren't you... Tsumugi Shirogane? Our friend who survived with us?
Sorry about that. You can go ahead and forget about Tsumugi Shirogane.
'Cause I'm just a character. You know, a lie.
Sorry to all her fans out there. If any of you even exist, that is.
A lie?
Tsumugi Shirogane was nothing more than a cover for me, the mastermind.
Ooh, calling her your friend? Ugh, it's laughable, really. Really, I'm gonna laugh.
Are you serious? You're the mastermind behind this?
But why? That face and that voice. It's just like...
Junko Enoshima!
I know, right? Oh, does it make you fall into despair? Well, does it?
No, not possible. Junko Enoshima is dead.
But why did you call yourself the 53rd?
As history repeats itself, so does Junko Enoshima.
As you can see, I am a perfect reproduction of Junko Enoshima.
So, you're just a freak pretending to be Junko Enoshima, huh?
No, a perfect reproduction.
Perfect reproductions are exactly the same as the original.
Her logic is impossible to follow, much like the real Junko Enoshima's.
Whatever it is, you're the actual mastermind of this killing game, right? So if we kill you, then that'll be the end, correct?
Say mean things like that. Besides, killing me never ends the game.
It never ends the game? What do you mean?
She's bluffing. Let's just kill her and get it over with.
Wait, if force is necessary, it should wait until after we see what she...
No need, Kibo, because this class trial is over.
What? It's already over? Oh, but I just showed up.
You killed Kaede, and Monokuma covered it up with a false narrative. The class trials are rigged, and this whole game is illegitimate.
Oh, that. Right. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. Sorry about that. So?
So? Is that all you have to say?
The viewers won't accept that kind of apology. You gotta stop the killing game.
Huh? The viewers?
It seems like you're on the wrong track, so let me explain.
Okay, so first, I'll start with the event that inspired me to plan this killing game.
Ja, sure, why not?
That was about the time the meteorite impact started intensifying.
Ich habe das Ganze jetzt erstmal so hingenommen, dass wir jetzt wirklich hier Junko Enoshima aus dem ersten Teil oder die 53. hier stehen haben, also warum auch nicht?
Did she just start some big story on her own?
I knew of Hope's Peak Academy's Gopher Project, and my inner Junko told me.
Crushing the Gopher Project, humanity's last hope, would be the perfect despair.
That's when I took over the killing game I devised. I forced those selected as humanity's last hope to play my killing game.
And then I took the name Tsumugi Shirogane and sneaked in among them.
Did Kokichi know about this? Wasn't he a remnant of despair? He was your comrade, right?
Huh? Comrade? Junko Enoshima doesn't have comrades.
It's like, you don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV, right?
The remnants of despair are just a bunch of despair fanboys and fangirls.
But I am despair itself.
I am a god of despair. Kokichi was just one of my believers.
A god wouldn't be comrades with one of their believers, right?
Then Kokichi didn't know your true identity either.
What a hopeless existence he led. To the end, he had no idea the object of his worship was right under his nose.
I don't care about your story. Tell us about the people watching. Who's this killing game being shown to? Where are the survivors of humanity? There's nobody watching.
Huh?
We were the last 16 people alive, you know. Who could be watching? Humanity is gone.
No, you're lying. If this isn't being shown to anyone, why care so much about rules? You're the one who keeps talking about making the game interesting. For whom?
That was just a part of my perfect reproduction.
Your what?
I just perfectly reproduced my own killing game is all. Just like the old Junko. The original was meant to be shown, so that's how I made mine.
You just wanted to recreate the past killing game. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
There are no survivors of humanity. Things are just as you recall.
That is the truth of the Ultimate Academy killing game!
Na, ist das wirklich so? Ich meine, wir haben ja gesehen, dass man diese Flashback-Lights so manipulieren kann, wie man will. Man kann da jede Erinnerung einfügen, die man will, wenn ich das richtig verstanden habe.
No, that's wrong!
Oh dear! I am so surprised!
Warum wechselt Jens die ganze Zeit hin und her?
Maybe we all remember that there's no one left out there. But how do we know our memories are real?
What do you mean by that? You think your memories are wrong?
There's something that's been bothering me about our memories. Here, look at this book.
A complete history of Hope's Peak Academy?
This book contains years of research about Hope's Peak Academy. Nothing would indicate this book is a prop. I believe the information here is accurate. But there's a lot written in here that differs from our memories.
What is different?
To know that for certain, I'll need everyone's help. I want you all to tell me everything that you remember about Hope's Peak Academy.
We just need to talk about what we remember from Hope's Peak? Okay.
So it started with the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring wars and terrorism around the world. It would not be hyperbole to say that event brought despair to all mankind.
And it was all caused by a single high school girl.
Yeah, it was me! Junko Enoshima enrolled in Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate fashionista. But my real identity was the ultimate despair. In order to cover the world in despair, I put my plans...
Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here.
Tut mir leid, da habe ich gerade den Cut versaut. Also, ihr habt nur diese eine Zeile verpasst, die Kibo gesagt hat. Da habe ich gleich den Cut versaut, tut mir leid.
Yes. Everything we just said is just like we remember it. But it doesn't match what's written in the history of Hope's Peak Academy.
I'll determine exactly why later. For now, I need to identify the discrepancy. Da muss ich gerade einen kleinen Cut machen und habe einmal zu oft geklickt und habe deswegen die Aufnahme nicht rechtzeitig gestartet. Aber ihr habt nur den einen Satz verpasst, den Kibo gesagt hat und auch nur das gesprochen. Also ihr habt den Satz gesehen, aber nur die Voiceline dazu nicht. Also alles in Ordnung.
So you gotta play Spot the Difference! Point out what everyone is mistaken about in their memories of Hope's Peak Academy! Alright! Time to play some Danganronpa Trivia!
Also ich meine, wir haben alle 3 Teile jetzt gespielt. Ich denke, das sollten wir hinbekommen, oder?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy,
Ja, das kommt hin.
inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
The cause of all that despair was just a single high school girl. A student of Hope's Peak Academy.
The ultimate despair! Junko Enoshima!
I did everything in my power.
To spread despair over the entire world!
Something about the statement doesn't match with the history. Was the ultimate despair really just one person?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy,
Lass mich überlegen.
inspiring war and terrorism around...
Kleiner Cut, also es waren... Wir wissen ja, es waren ja 2 Personen. Es waren einmal Junko Enoshima und ihre Schwester. Deren Name ich gerade nicht mehr weiß. Aber die war eigentlich nicht... Die war ja eigentlich nicht... Ja... Nicht so Ultimate Despair. Die war, glaube ich, die ultimative Söldnerin, oder? Also ich meine, wenn er mich schon so darauf hinweist, würde ich das hier anbringen, aber...
A student of Hope's Peak Academy. I did everything in my power.
To spread despair over the entire world!
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring war and terrorism around the world. Because of all that despair, was just a single high school girl.
Okay.
That's wrong!
Auf die Erklärung bin ich auch mal gespannt.
One high school girl started the tragedy, the ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima.
Ja, das haben wir im ersten Teil mitbekommen.
At least that's what I remember. But that's not what this book says. Ultimate despair doesn't just refer to Junko Enoshima.
Ja, an irgendwie sowas in die Richtung erinnere ich mich auch. Aber was war das nochmal?
It refers to a group and the movement that came after.
Ah, okay.
To put it simply, there's more to ultimate despair than Junko Enoshima.
This is the first time I've heard about this. Wasn't Junko the ultimate despair?
That's what I recall as well. That label should only apply to her.
Coincidences sure are scary. Everyone misremembered the same thing.
Coincidence? Misremembered?
No, it's no coincidence. I know there's a difference in these memories.
And that's not all. There are other discrepancies I'd like to point out.
Ugh, does it even matter? I'm bored already.
Just shut up.
So, let's continue where we left off. Junko resorted to different tactics to cover the world with despair. The killing game between the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy, for example.
They were locked up and forced into the killing game by the ultimate despair.
Das sind all unsere Helden aus dem ersten Teil. Erinnert euch noch an die. Ach ja, so viele von denen sind auch tot.
But boo-hoo. When I, the one who started it all, died, events were set in motion.
And the world began to move towards restoration.
Then the fight between the Future Foundation and the remnants of despair raged on! But the worst-case scenario was avoided! Yay! A happy ending.
Not yet. There are more points that conflict with the history. I'll point those out next. Oh, okay. Danganronpa Trivia, immer wieder schön. Okay.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair. And forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching their climax.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still fighting. But for now, we've avoided the worst of it.
It's different from our memories after all. What's the contradiction?
The biggest, most awful,
Wait,
most
what?
tragic event in human history happened because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were
Ja,
held
das
prisoner by
stimmt.
the ultimate despair.
Nee, das stimmt nicht. Das haben wir im ersten Teil anders erfahren.
That's wrong!
Das haben wir im ersten Teil gelernt.
It wasn't the ultimate despair that trapped the 78th class in Hope's Peak Academy.
Und das waren wir nämlich selber, um uns vor der Außenwelt zu schützen.
It was the class themselves. They shut themselves in.
Shut themselves in?
Why would they shut themselves in?
It has to do with the Hope's Peak Academy shelter project. During the tragedy, the 78th class trapped themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy for protection.
So our memory of the 78th class being trapped by the ultimate despair?
Are you saying our memories are wrong?
It just means those documents were written all half-assed. There's no need to worry about it. Your memories are all correct.
Ach, wenn du das sagst.
What you've been saying isn't consistent. First you said it was just coincidence.
Is that so?
Let's just move on. I want to talk about one more thing from our memories. It's about the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy that we were attending.
What about Hope's Peak Academy?
There's no doubt that the 16 of us were students at Hope's Peak Academy. We heard it had been rebuilt and was accepting applications for talented students again. And so, we gathered at the brand new Hope's Peak Academy.
Since Hope's Peak Academy was large, we were all in separate classes. But there's no doubt we were students of the new school.
Just like I thought, there's something wrong there. But why? Why are our memories so different? Okay, welcher Fehler kommt als nächstes ans Tageslicht? Spielen wir immer noch... Okay, wir spielen immer noch Danganronpa Trivia.
Hope's Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
When we found out, we came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
The new Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school, which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same!
That's right. We were all students of Hope's.
Okay, da hätte ich jetzt da angebracht, aber...
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
When we found out, we came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
Dann vielleicht... War das gar keine so große Schule? Nee, okay, es war auch eine große Schule. Hä, war die Schule etwa nicht groß? Ja, weiß ich nicht, ich war da doch nie.
Damn it!
Okay, dann...
And with that,
Das irgendwie am Anfang hier
recruitment
sein.
of talented
Wait, what?
When we found out,
Wow, okay.
we came to the new Hope's Peak Academy. The new Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school, which is why we were all in different classes. That's right, we were all students of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that,
recruitment of talented students resumed.
That's wrong!
Ich weiß nicht so ganz, wie ich darauf kommen sollte,
We remember
aber...
Hope's Peak Academy taking applications from talented students.
Ah, okay, die mussten sich nicht bewerben. Ich glaube, die wurden von der Schule ausgewählt, oder?
But that's not what's written here. The Academy did not take applications. All of their students were scouted.
Ah, okay, ja, okay. Das wurde auch im ersten Teil erläutert, meine ich.
Scouted? I've never heard that.
I wasn't scouted. I applied to Hope's Peak Academy on my own.
Tja, hättet ihr mal den ersten Teil geschaut oder gespielt. Am besten geschaut. Bei mir.
Me too. I chose to come to Hope's Peak. At least, that's what I remember.
Are you saying we're remembering it wrong?
But what if this book's just wrong? Researchers make mistakes too.
Maybe so, but I'm not getting all this from just the book. There is other evidence as well.
Other what?
The killing game we're in now is one that began with Hope's Peak Academy. So this is the third game after Hope's Peak and Jabberwock Island. But remember what Rantaro said?
Well, the truth is, this isn't your first killing game. You're the ultimate survivor. You survived the last killing game.
But Rantaro's name wasn't listed among the past participants of the game.
Ja, ich konnte mich auch nicht daran erinnern, dass er in den vorherigen Teilen irgendwie aufgekreuzt ist.
He was not present at the two killing games that Junko orchestrated.
Then, which killing game did Rantaro participate in?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's clearly inconsistent, isn't it? And the inconsistencies don't stop there. Kokichi's account is also suspect.
Kokichi's account is inconsistent too?
Oh, an inconsistency? Do tell.
We remember Kokichi as a remnant of despair. But I don't think that's true. He wasn't a remnant of despair.
He wasn't a remnant of despair?
That's impossible! He was definitely a remnant of despair. The remnants of despair were the ones who tried to stop the Gopher Project. And Kokichi was their leader. If he was the one leading the remnants of despair, then he must have been second only to the ultimate despair herself.
Yes, he loved me more than anyone. Like an obsessed fan hiding in the bushes. So where's your proof he wasn't a remnant of despair?
The proof that Kokichi isn't the remnant of despair. Da haben wir sein Note-Video.
This is it!
In dem das Ganze lang und breit erläutert wurde.
The motive video we found in Kokichi's dorm room.
Außerdem hatte der Typ absolut keine Ahnung, wovon wir reden, als wir ihn damit konfrontiert haben. Kokichi Oma, the ultimate supreme leader. He caused mayhem the world over as the leader of the secret organization dies. And by mayhem, I mean petty, non-violent crimes and harmless pranks. Anyway, Koichi had 10 loyal goons working for him. These goons were like friends and family, the most important people in his life.
An organization centered around petty crimes, one that forbids murder.
Ja, das klingt nach Koichi.
And in addition to that, the group was only 10 people. That's far too few to be the same group that tried to sabotage the Gopher Project. Meaning that whatever group Kokichi was a part of is not the remnants of despair. His motive video clearly contradicts our memories. The memory we have of Kokichi being a remnant has to be false.
You mean he wasn't a remnant of despair? That's not possible.
Come to think of it, we never actually heard it directly from him.
But it's still not possible.
Kokichi didn't tell us because he wasn't exposed to that flashback light. And neither was Kaito.
Junko? Hope? Despair?
Kaito didn't appear to know anything about the remnants of despair, or Junko Enoshima.
If they'd been exposed to it, maybe we'd know the truth.
Maybe it's better that they weren't. I think the people who were affected by that flashback light were wrong.
What do you mean?
All of these weird inconsistencies are from memories we got from the flashback lights.
So the flashback lights are the cause?
You found the classroom that makes all the flashback lights, right, Shuichi?
Yes, and I noticed something strange about it. I actually did a little experimenting with a device hidden in the room. It allowed you to select the memory that a flashback light would recover. However, some of the memories were inconsistent with each other. One might say there are survivors, but another would say there are no survivors. Bizarre, right? The flashback lights allegedly help us recover our memories. We're supposed to remember the truth that we forgot, and there should only be one truth. But then, having the option to recover contradictory memories doesn't make sense.
Then what are you saying?
Huh?
The flashback light isn't for recovering lost memories? Is that what you're saying?
Then what was it for?
What was it for, huh? Huh?
Go on, tell them. What are the flashback lights for?
What are the flashback lights used for? Why can you select different memories? And what does it mean if those memories contradict each other? If I put all the pieces together, it'll all make sense. We'll be able to see the real truth. Das müssten ja Erinnerungen fälschen, also Forging, F-O-R-G-I-N-G. Forging könnte hinkommen. Oder False Memories, F-A-L-S-E. Ja, gehen wir auch mit Forging. Oder Wrong. Ich würde aber wirklich jetzt mal mit einem F gehen, ganz gerne. Oder Loose Memories. Gib mir mal ein L, nur so aus Neugier. Nee, okay. Ich wäre jetzt mit Forging gegangen. Aber es gibt kein F. The flashback light does what to the memories? It alters them. A-L-T-E-R. Nee, alters ist es auch nicht. It changes them? Gucken wir mal. Na, A ist es nicht. Ein M? Ein L? P? I? Ein I, okay. Welches englische Wort fängt mit I an? It. Würde ich mit einem N gehen? Nee. Ich kenne halt das englische Wort nicht. Oder zumindest fällt es mir nicht ein. Vielleicht ein L? Ein N. Das L hatte ich schon. Warum ich das eigentlich zweimal? Hatte ich das M schon? Okay, M, im... Noch ein M? Naja. I, M, Implicate... P-O-S-T-R. Imposter. Ich würde irgendwie mal mit dem P gehen. Impersonate? Implies? I-M-P-L-I-E-S. Implies könnte. L-I-E-S. Implies könnte es sein. Jetzt war hier noch ein I. Oh, hier kommt kein I, okay. Ah, da war's, oder? Ja. Okay, es ist nicht Implies. Implant? A-M-P-L-A-N-T. Das kann auch hinkommen. A. Jetzt keinen Fehler machen. N. Und ein T. Implant. Okay. Ja, okay. Kommt hin.
Yes, that's it. The flashback light isn't supposed to help us remember anything. It's a tool for implanting false memories.
Planting memories?
Yes, the memories you could select for the flashback lights weren't our real memories. They were memories to be implanted inside us. That's why the contents of those memories contradict each other. Once we're exposed to a flashback light, those memories become the truth to us.
So the memories we recovered with the flashback lights were...
Not real. They were all false memories. They were all lies.